While famed underwater director Al Giddings stages elaborate action in the Bahamas, John Glenn and his crew also face water problems in London.
Well, first of all, Carol Bouquet wasn't happy underwater.
Somewhere along the line, they discovered that she couldn't dive because she had sinus trouble. The problem was, how were we going to get her to look as if she was underwater with Bond? It sort of fell to me to come up with a way of doing it.
They shot it in slow motion with wind machine and put on some masks, and we put the bubbles in, and Derek made them fit, and it worked like a dream. I think it fooled many people, actually.
After celebrating New Year's in London, the crew moves to the jagged peaks of the Dolomites in the Italian Alps. To play the young, but not so innocent, skating protégé Bibi Dahl, the filmmakers cast real-life skating star Lynn Holly Johnson.
Such a sweet girl, but absolutely worried the life out of me because I thought I was getting a bit long in the tooth even then, to be seen on the screen with a girl who was under 20.
Oh, Roger, he's just a madman. He is a nut. I don't think there's anybody in the world who loves his job more than Roger. I mean, he had 007 down.
Moore not only has to appear on screen with Lynn Holly, he has to ski next to a vivacious champion athlete.
To do close-ups of me, they had me sort of locked in on the back of a sled. There's one wonderful character in a long coat, sort of in front of the sled, going down on skis, so controlling the weight of the sled.
It's hard to balance on a sled.
For the more strenuous work on the slopes, John Glenn turns to German ski champion and filmmaker Willy Bogner. Bogner helped create snow sequences for On Her Majesty's Secret Service and The Spy Who Loved Me.
I had already done 2 Bonds before, and for Your Eyes Only, the big challenge was obviously to top the sequences, and I had the opportunity also to write the sequences by that time.
He and I, between us, and Michael as well, devised the scene which you see in the film.
Willie is this little man with the energy of 50 men. And he just has a vision of what he's going to shoot, and it doesn't matter how many times it takes to get that. He's going to get that shot, and he's going to have those explosions go off perfectly, and the skier just missing it perfectly.
He had a pair of skis that had, skis go up on the front. His went up on the front and the back. So he could ski forward and backwards. He used to have a camera that went between his legs. It was amazing to see him at work. Our biggest problem there was that it snowed over Christmas just before we got there. And then we virtually had no snow for the next 6 weeks.
But it was, in fact, ideal for our film because we were using motorcycles with spikes, and we didn't want deep snow. We wanted just a covering of snow.
It worked out really beautifully because Rémi Julien, the great stunt driver, he did a fantastic job with the motorbikes. It took a few broken arms and casts and things.
Skiers and motorcycle drivers don't just have to worry about snow, but also pure ice.
And I thought, if you had a Bob and then Bond on skis and then 2 motorbikes in the back, that would be really something else.
He approached me and he said, I'd love to ski down the Bob run following the Bobs along, you see. So I said, well, the only problem is the Bobs will go faster than you are because they're heavier. So we have to devise a way, to keep you at a certain distance. I said to him, I suppose you wouldn't consider being tough.
Instant smash and sets the course for 007 throughout the 80s.